No, it's not. The PayPal's got a real weird delay at the moment. I think they're having problems. It's fine. It works. That's fine.
San Fran Shit Show was one of the best titles.
San Fran Shit Show. That is a good time. No, I've got the best title and it was mine and I'm happy with it. Which was show number 10 when we had Ruby on and it was called 10 a Lady. That was my favourite.
It's pretty good. It's not Smock the Week.
Oh, that was pretty good. That's pretty good.
So we're technically front of curtain, as they say, which is nice.
Wouldn't it be behind the curtain?
Yeah.
That could technically be wrong.
We're technically by the wing, on the wings. Oh shit, that's us saying we're live. My phone just went, you're live. Just proves I am subscribed to the show, even though I'm on it.
That's nice. It's good for the numbers.
I don't watch it too much.
I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out.
Ted Rogers.
We'll just wait for someone in chat to acknowledge our existence.
5, 4, 3. Brad doesn't sound drunk enough. Oh yeah, but I don't know. Are they
That'll do. That'll count.
That'll count.
Thank
you.
Let's roll the intro. And we are live. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the Ideal O Show, episode 199. That's oh my god, Derry's on time. Well done, Derry.
Boom. He's 40. He's 40.
He's very old. Technically very old, although he could have a doctored birth certificate because he doesn't look 40, does he? Welcome to the show, everyone. It's going to be an absolute belter tonight, joined by Brad, formerly of Phobic Mods.
Hello.
John from justadnick.co.uk. James from The Peril and other things. Many a hand in many a
pie.
Yeah, squiddly diddly. Yeah, it's going to be an absolute classic. It's going to be an absolute classic tonight. Loads of cool stuff to show and talk about. Actually, while we're doing the intros, I'll put some things in the notes. I just reminded myself. So yeah, that's all good. Let's just crack on. James, what are you drinking? What are you vaping? And
That's it. That's fine.
what's your favourite computer game of all time?
Bye.
Good question. Vaping on this old thing. The
Old Lucas.
Vitamin V2 was on top, and in there is Tobacco Crunch, which I'm running low. And I made up half a litre of Tobacco Crunch 2 weeks ago. I am running low on Tobacco Crunch already.
God. Half of 500 mil.
500 mil.
That's a lot.
Bit of a cough. I've got a bit of a cough. I think I might be the first person to ever die vaping. I'm not sure. It could happen. Could totally happen.
You'd be the third, according to the Daily Mail.
Heard it here. If I do it, I'll try and do it live on next week's show. 200.
Cheers, man.
Think of the views. Think of the views. Go viral and shit. I'm drinking on Carlsberg. Fine.
The Dutch Pilsner.
Danish Pilsner.
Oh yeah, Danish, isn't it?
From Denland. Nice. It's £11 for 18 cans. Beat that. Yeah, beat that. Yes, that's right. Favorite all-time video game might be. You know what it might be? It might be the new Call of Duty. It might be the new Modern Warfare because it is amazing. It's only been out a couple of weeks, and that's I'm early jumping on there saying that is the greatest game of all time.
It's a big shout, but they had a little lull, didn't they, where people were falling out of love with that franchise.
Infinity Wars times when they all went in the future and you could fly about and shit. That wasn't the best time, but it's back to old school. In fact, it's not just old school. It's more real than old school. It's outstanding. It's very, very good. Do you mean that, Brad?
I fell off of Call of Duty with the previous one, Black Ops, because I have it and I don't know how to play it. I've put it in 10 times, and it's not a game. I want to log it. I want to go on and I want to play.
You just shoot the people. Shoot the people, Brad. Shoot the people.
I don't know how.
Boom, ba, ba, bang.
I've gone in and I found a place to go and run around. A little town thing, looks like an Italian place. No one's fucking there.
Yeah, you're not logged in online. You're not logged in online. That's what your problem is there.
No, but I don't want to fucking play online. I want to go in and play a game. I bought a game. I want to play a game.
Oh, there isn't that. That wasn't on Black Ops. There was no.
Yeah, Black Ops never has a campaign.
There was no campaign.
So I pay like however much fucking money for a game, and then I must pay £50 fucking a month to PlayStation. They can fuck right off with that shit.
Yeah, no, but what about the best game of all time? Modern Warfare. It's the best game of all time. I'm saying.
So what is it? What number is it, Jay?
I don't know. I can't
Modern
remind.
Warfare 3.
It is no. It can't be one. It's not 3. Is it not? Oh, no, it must be 4. But it's just called Modern Warfare. It's not called Modern Warfare 4. It's just called Modern Warfare.
Shouldn't it be called Not So Modern Warfare?
No, because it is. It's bang on. It's like it took place like yesterday, like the day before yesterday or something. It's like super modern. It's or tomorrow. It takes place tomorrow. It's like super. Is
it a game again? Or is it an online thing?
Yeah, there's a campaign, but who plays the campaign? They're boring, man. You get through them in a couple of hours. You don't buy the game for that. You buy the game for the online stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's really, really good. It's dead realistic. A few new game modes, but the graphics are. That's officially now the bestest game of all time. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Brad. Yeah, Brad. How's your father? I mean, how's your? No, we're not doing that.
He's good. I can go upstairs and fetch him for you if you like.
What are you vaping? And what's your? Yeah, let's. I like it when we do the same. I like it when we do the same game, the same question. I like it when we do the same question. I also think here's an idea for future episodes. We should maybe decide on a question. We should discuss this before the show.
No, that ruins it. That's rubbish.
Hear us out, John. Hear us out. Deciding the question, and we'll all answer the same question. Then we would put that question to the group, and it would be like they were a part of the show.
They already are. They're answering the question in the chat.
If people in chat can put their favourite computer games of all time, that would be tremendous.
They started it before you said
Good luck
that.
fucking stopping them.
Yeah, but sometimes you just got to tell them.
I wasn't reading chat while I was talking. Otherwise, I just ended up reading out chat. You know what I mean?
I can't multitask either.
Double Dragon, Sonic the Hedgehog, Bob Clark's still trying to finish Sonic the Hedgehog apparently. So yeah, what is your favourite?
Bob Clark is very close to my favourite. Very, very close to my all-time favourite. But I will get there. I am vaping my EVL from the 2 Johns. On top of the UL from my darling Richard. In there's a little something from the 1 John, Cactus JK.
Oh, that's the Salt Nick. Because Brad was at the shop.
Yes, that is the.
Yeah, I can't sell it. I can give it to my mates.
You can. Well, I was implying that this is from you. No, I wasn't going to talk about the Salt Nick.
Oh, that's fine. Salt Nick.
Too late now.
I'll give it
no, backpedal. Whoa!
Quickly, someone hit delete.
I didn't sell it. It's fine.
And I'm on the wife beater tonight.
Look at that, straight from the can.
It's the leftover.
It's a lovely drop, that.
It's a leftover beer from the celebrations on Saturday.
Congratulations on that again.
Thanks for a very, very easy game.
I didn't even see you in it, man.
I
saw a little clip.
Brad, well done, mate. Well done.
I ran my arse off. I'm now packing the weight back on.
Good guy.
I was the blondie in my knickers.
I can't watch even
Prince Harry.
I didn't even watch 3 seconds of it.
Did you see Fuff de Klerk meeting Prince Harry wearing his underpants?
Oh, I don't know. I saw him having a beer. That was it.
Harry came down into the changing rooms and Faf de Klerk, I don't know what the fuck he's, I think he's a scrum half or
You
something.
can make it up because don't watch rugby.
In his South African flag underpants, standing, talking to Prince Harry. You can just see
he went to
all of
boarding
Prince
school.
Harry's
He has
staff
seen
trying
a
to get
lot
in the
worse
way
than
and
that.
separate them.
Still disrespectful. I think they should deport Brad for that, to be honest with you.
You've got to get used to a knob, don't you?
Yeah,
You've got to
exactly.
get used to a knob.
Anyway,
You can't
so
stare a knob in the face.
celebrating vaping, celebrating rugby. That's pretty much my week. Favorite game. It's a very, very easy one. It's a very, very old one. And I still play it on a thingamajiggy that you modify on your computer that allows you to play all
Emulator.
Later.
That's the fancy word that you use. Crash Bandicoot.
Oh my god.
That is myself and my brother. I'm fucking 34. My brother's 33.
1994.
Play that. Old.
Yeah.
We can still play that game for hours. We have
95, honestly.
we still have races once a year to see who can finish the game fastest. And he's winning hands down because he's got it in like sub 3 hours.
Oh, you do a whole run through it?
The whole game, beginning to end, he can run it in sub 3 hours. I'm at about 5.5 hours.
Wow.
It's usually a bad thing.
Yeah, but it was 94 and we were 9 and 8. And it probably took us 6 months to finish then. Anyway, I can see chat's very bored with
Matthew Mick in
I don't know.
chat says Desert Strike was great on Mega Drive.
What was
Isn't
it?
that a type of diet?
That's the same area.
Helicopter, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Helicopter.
that's a similar sort of era as well.
Well, shit, I don't remember. Yeah, was it?
It's
Mega Drive?
no one's favourite game, though, is it?
No, definitely not.
Anyway, John, darling,
Hello, mate.
how's your week been? What you vaping? What you drinking? What did you have for lunch? It better be interesting.
It is good.
And same. What's your all-time favorite game?
Game. It's been a good week. Always knackered. I'm knackered. What was that? Good week. Yes. Yeah, good week. Let's talk about the weather. What am I vaping on? I'll do that. I'm going to mix it up. I've got that. I've got pistache in the Philip box. Rev 4. What is it? 25 milligrams, I think. It's light because it's luggage. So it's only 25. And what else have I got? I've got a Smock 3. These are really taking off. The Guardian 3. I've noticed this. I got ahead of the trend.
Up in the group a little bit.
I got ahead of the trend, which I'm very happy with. On top of that, I have got a.
It's novelty, though, isn't it?
Dvar. It's just, it works. I quite like it.
I think you're slightly more than ahead of the trend. I think you may be responsible.
Did Rich not give you that as a joke? Was that not?
No, Richard didn't give it to me. Chris Bishop gave it to me.
Who did?
Chris Bishop.
Chris Bishop.
As
a joke. Wasn't it a joke? It must have been a joke. Somebody's having a laugh.
I don't know. It's good. You know, like one of them Make-A-Wish kids. I don't know. No, I asked for a pipe. I asked if anybody got a Smart Guardian, and Chris said, "Yeah, you can have it." So he's giving it for free.
The backwards cap takes years off you there, Rich. You look like 16.
Seriously.
It's not quite as good.
Yeah, with it sideways, we can still see your greys, which hints at the age.
Sponsored by Einoken.
So Guardian Dvar 16 with crack current in it. 50 milligrams because I got lazy. What am I drinking? I was drinking Go Shit, but now I'm drinking an Innovation IPA it was reduced to 149. from Adnams. It says it's hoppy and all sorts of stuff, but it's not very nice actually. But it's 6.7, so I think it's their take on. I think it's supposed to be their take on Elvis juice, but it doesn't work. Drink. What had for lunch? I had a Jamaican lamb patty. Is what I had for lunch, and a beef one.
You go back for seconds?
No, it's 2. So they were 80p each. So I had them, and a tangerine, and a couple of pecans because it's getting near Christmas.
Hang on 1 second. By patty, you mean like a burger patty?
No, it's like a Jamaican patty. I don't know. Don't do the voice. It's racist. It is. It was. They're like it's like a pasty basically, but like made of short cross. Well, I don't know pasties are. Well, anyway, that was what it was. It's nice.
Okay.
I said 80p. And what was
were they from the co-op, John?
Tesco.
Tesco.
Last night. We were in Tesco's trying to buy some foodie stuff. Got my dad down for the weekend, so I was trying to make him some nice food. And I thought I'd buy some shite while I was there. Favourite computer game ever? That is difficult. I'm going to go for a classic, I think, because I don't play computer games. So now, but used to. I'm going to go for Grand Theft Auto 3. That was the first one out on the PlayStation 3, wasn't it?
PlayStation.
After Vice City. Is that the one?
No, I think that was before Vice City. That was the one. That was the first one that was in 3D. It was in 3D. 1 and 2 were both top-down views.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
Vice City beats 3. I mean, 3 was like, whoa! We always
3.
talked about this being in 3D. Oh, well, it was, if you were.
Oh, it's a difficult one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Vice City because the soundtrack was that much better. Actually,
soundtrack was outstanding.
It was some good stuff. Yeah. I did really like that. Yeah, that was kind of bad. I think I played the next one. Was it Piggy City? What was it called?
What?
What was the one after Vice City? Then it was called
San Andreas.
San Andreas. That's probably about the last game I ever bought. Probably San Andreas. Or something like that. I've only got a PlayStation 3, and I use it to watch BBC iPlayer or Netflix. I don't really play any games. Oh, I play that game where you could do it on your mobile phone. It's quite good. Like quizzes on the place. Yeah. Okay. Right, Richard. How's your week been? What you have for lunch? What you vaping on? What you drinking on? And if you had to, what's your favourite computer game ever?
If I had to what?
Sorry, it was a joke. What's your favourite computer game ever?
Okay, cool. I'm on, sadly, Blackcurrant this evening.
Oh, why? Why no teetotal?
It's Sarah's birthday tomorrow, so big weekend of drinking plan.
Fair dues.
The reason. Vaping on the Vupu Vinci that we'll talk about in a bit. The IPv3 Auto Squonker we'll talk about in a bit. Also got the Proton Mini from Inniken as well. Got Vape Wild Snickerdoodle in there, which I do really like. And in all the other stuff, I have Pistache. From,
that's got a nice colour to it now.
Yes, it's coloured up nicely. From just nick.co.uk. So that is those. Favourite computer game of all time?
FIFA.
Possibly, yeah. I'm gonna say Counter-Strike. The original Counter-Strike. It was a PC game. It was a first-person shooter online. It was what came before Call of Duty, to be honest.
Was that before or after that game with Snake?
Oh, Snake the character.
The character, yeah.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear, yeah. That came
No,
out.
it couldn't be further removed from the whole Metal Gear Solid thing. It was 5v5 online games, terrorists versus counter-terrorists, and it was basically what has become Call of Duty. Really, not the same makers or anything, but Call of Duty wouldn't have happened without Counter-Strike. And I think there's still a big scene apparently with it now, but I don't play anymore. But for years I did play it, and probably that one. I am enjoying the new FIFA. I've got to say, FIFA 20. It's amazing how much it's changed since I last played it. 4 years since I last played it, but yeah, quite enjoying that as well. But yeah, Counter-Strike. I don't know if some people will have played it. Chat. So that is that. Let's slide into the news.
Yes, the news. Sorry, somebody just mentioned Frogger. I was like typing because I remember Frogger on the PC. I get a 286 DX2.
Was there a computer version of Frogger? We used to play real life Frogger.
Frogger, yeah, he jumped across the road.
That's what we used to do, but not on a computer.
Yeah, I think that's where you got the name of trying not to be run over. Frogger.
Wonder which came first.
Well, Frogger was 1980. I'm going to say 1987, 1988, something like that. So before you little shit.
Well, I think Frogger might have been before that. I think Frogger, in its various carnations, was really, really early. Like,
yeah.
I just think we had a black and white.
It was a text-based game originally.
We had a black.
You typed jump and it just replied splat.
It was an actual frog originally.
Yeah. And
a pence. We had a black and white Amstrad in like 1986 or something. Let's play that one. What am I doing? Oh yeah, it's here. We're talking about Trump. It could be good news. This is from Bloomberg, who let's pretend that they're not normally too bad. Oh, great. This is it's quite funny. This is apt. This is a vaping story, but there's a GlaxoSmithKline advert at the top of the page. It's quite good. Fuck you. Right. From Bloomberg. Vape shops likely to be exempted in planned FDA e-cig curbs. Interesting stuff. Here we go. The Trump administration may exempt vape shops when it unveils expected restrictions on e-cigarette flavors. White House advisor Kellyanne Conway said, speaking at the White House on Wednesday, Conway drew a line between two groups of flavors, tobacco and menthol on one side, and mint, fruit, and all other flavors on the other. The latter group appeals to kids, and the White House must address use by minors, she said. She also said the Department of Health and Human Services has jurisdiction over e-cigarettes, but does not have jurisdiction over vaping and vape shops, though the terms are often used interchangeably. They're exactly the same fucking thing. The Food and Drug Administration is expected to issue guidance on the policy this week. I was kind of half expecting it to break yesterday or today, so I don't know what's stalling it. That's quite interesting.
How confirmed are these rumours, though?
That was someone on who's their version of a civil servant in the White House who said it.
Right.
So fairly confirmed. There's something really interesting that I know people won't do because they haven't got bollocks. If this comes through, so this is going to change. So the convenience store and vape shops are separate. So this legislation won't affect the vape shops. So it's going to affect only convenience stores. So it's going to affect Walmart.
I know what you're going to say.
7-Eleven. Vape shops stop selling Juul immediately.
Yeah, that would be so amazing.
Why the fuck wouldn't you do it? They fucked you. You hate them. Fuck them. Throw all the pods in the bin.
Because they throw money at them.
Yeah, of course they will. They give away and they'll go for it. It's ridiculous. Stop selling it.
That would be so cool.
Immediately. Wouldn't you? If you were independent.
If that opportunity arose, I'd love
right,
to see all American influencers push for that.
Yeah, just say, throw it in the bin. Take all the Juul shit.
Boycott any vape shop selling Juul.
Yeah.
What they should have done in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I had many arguments when Blue were dropping off stock, which they're still doing now, still going £500 worth of stock to shops to get rid of. Oddly, I was talking to my cousin today who's on Blue. He won't from tomorrow. He won't be on Blue. He'll be on an Inokin because I'm sending him 100 mils of liquid and the Inokin pen. Fucking brain's gone. Inokin Endura V2. He'd have one of them instead. The fucking Blue pen bullshit. Yeah, throw him in the bin. Fuck him. If you support big tobacco, you don't support an independent industry. Get gone.
But it'll never happen.
Of course it won't, but you should do. They should.
People are in it for the money. They're in it for the vapors and for many of the right reasons that they're in it. They're in it because it's fashionable and it's
you're probably asking an American business person to take off the shelves their highest selling item, probably.
Yep.
You can swap them over to something else. As the Black Eyed Peas said, where is the love? Shocking bin. I would. Melody, James.
Haven't heard you quote popular music.
This is the joke.
It's not popular.
No, it's fucking old as shit. It just popped about. I thought it's funny, so I'd say.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. I think did I mention this a few weeks ago? I think I might have mentioned this a few weeks ago. We've got.
You didn't mention it, but
we got pictures. Maybe we just had little glimpses before. We've got real, actual, genuine pictures of the first ever V2 Melody box.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, yes, please. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah, but everybody else is all going, yeah. I mean, chat's just going, yeah, put them up quick now, Rich. Now,
chat's going wild. I'll tease them just for one more second. Okay, now I'll put them on now.
Oh my goodness, the new Melody box, you say? Oh yeah. So we've got some gin about the new Mel. I did mention this before. However, I've got a real affinity for these boxes. I think they're really cool looking boxes. And when I was first getting into vaping, this was kind of like a little bit of a unicorn for me, getting a Melody box. So this is the V2. It has been updated. It's a little bit curvier. It's still I think it's still a great looking box though, but it's got a few curves. It's now a DNA 60. It's now got a USB charge port, stroke update port, really, for Evolve's little bit of software there. And I can give you some gen. I haven't got a lot of gen, but a little bit of gen. I can give you the pictures. Really tell the story. It's an 18650. It's got an adjustable 510, so it's not an auto adjust 510.
Oh, you got to adjust it.
As many of these high end boxes still are. Nearly all my old squonkies are still adjustable 510s. It is able to take a 23mm atomizer now. Previously, I think the V1. The original Melody could only take a 22mm atomizer, and that was a bit of a pain for a lot of people who had what was it fashionable at the time, Ripper Giants and that sort of thing.
Yeah, Typhoon as well. The Typhoon.
Yeah, absolutely. The Typhoon and Vapor Giants, they were all 23mm, and you couldn't get them in there. Just wouldn't. You have to force them in, and that wasn't good. So this is it. So it's the V2 from Loud Cloud Mods. That's the very first one off the production line. Going to be loads of sexy wood coming, I'm sure. I've seen some renders, but the were just renders, so I haven't bothered uploading them. It's DNA 60 now. It's got the USB port on the bottom, as you can see. 18650, adjustable 510, and it now takes 23mm atomizers, and that
it's gorgeous.
A really
very,
good,
very pretty.
It is.
I think I actually
for
could take
disposable
it.
income, I would get one of those.
Yeah. I've not got a price yet. I know it has been slightly delayed because I had a little bit of an issue etching the Melody logo onto the curved surface, but that's all been rectified. But it has put them back a little bit. On that collar. I think they call it the collar. Groovy, very groovy. Like it a lot. I would definitely have one. Over to
Dion78 in chat has retracted his message by the looks of it, but he said it's a shame it's not 21700. I think I totally get what you're saying, and I'd like to see a 21700 version, but I'm actually pleased it's not.
They did bring out a 21700 Melody a few after the original one.
It was so much bigger. It was so much bigger.
It was massive. It was absolutely, and that's one of the things about Melody.
It's charm, didn't it?
You're not getting that in the pictures. Obviously, they were not big boxes. They were not big boxes at all. They were higher than an 18650, but not a lot. There wasn't a lot in it, and it was absolutely rich. It was part of the charm. Is the size. They were quite ditty in a world of wooden boxes that are often quite oversized. That was done.
But it'd be nice to see both, but for me, the dinkiness is a massive part of the Melody boxes.
Yeah. On the Loud Cloud group, the kind of said they had an inclination to bring out a 250, a DNA 250 dual Melody box, and it was absolute. It was shot down in flames. To be honest with you, people don't want that. Like you say, the charm of it is part of it, or part of the charm is not just the looks; it's the size as well.
Because of the button placement as well, it becomes very awkward to hold.
Yeah, totally.
When you make it bigger, because you end up going like that rather than just. Yeah, but it's very pretty, very pretty. Do we know when that's?
It's weeks. I think the first list is a matter of weeks away. Like I say, there was a minor delay because of some etching issue, I believe, but that's all sorted. So if you're on the group, you'll see. Yeah, that's it. Rich, IPV, which is very interesting. IPv3 mini auto squonk jobby. Tell us more about that.
Okay, yes, as James said, I've been playing this week and last week with the IPV Mini V3. This is an auto squonking device. IPV, pioneer for you, if you like. They've worked hand in glove with Yeehee for years. The whole time I've been vaping, I think.
They revolutionised the budget end with the IPv1.
Yeah, the old
IPv.
When there was the early wattage race, the old adage was, and you had to go DNA, all these homemade Chinese boards and NAF, and eventually Yeehee hit the scene. Well, not eventually, but Yeehee eventually nailed the board, and the IPV is what it was in. So they've always worked really closely with them. It's the Yeehee, I think it says on here, it's the Yeehee ESS driver system. So it's an auto squonking device. And yeah, Yeehee have their own big auto squonker out already, I believe. And so that's a thing. But this is Diddy. This is a very small.
When you say
device.
auto squonks, do you just vape it and it puts the liquid in?
Yes, so you've got a 14mm ATI on top. Right. Every time you vape hit fire, it pumps juice in. You can choose how much juice it's going to pump in on a scale of 5 to 60. But once you've worked out how much is too much or whatever, it's fine, you know. It's also automatically TC, so you can never have a dry hit anyway. So because obviously there's that paranoia with auto squonking, that is it actually doing it? Is the juice going in?
Is it going to fail on me?
Yeah, so there's that, and so if the vape gets slightly dry or stops thing, then obviously there's an issue there. But yeah, it totally legitimately works. I really like that there's manual option as well. So if you personally feel like it's not juicy enough, you can just hold up and it does it. Hang on.
Is it something you can hear then? The pump thing?
I can. If you're in the room, you can, but I don't think. I'll do it again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So there's every time you vape, there's a little whir noise. You get used to it very quick, actually. Interestingly, you can make it so it automatically sucks it down as well. So if you notice it's really overjuiced, you can hold down and it sucks it back in, which is cool.
That's quite clever.
That's clever.
I love that it's TC, non-option TC as well. You just choose your Fahrenheit, you choose your power mode, and it's TC whether you like it or not. I just like that it has that fail-safe. The other interesting bit, and for me, it's working really nicely. Still testing it. I'm going to do a review on my channel for that, but it's very been lovely. It was slightly too juicy then because I was messing with the. So it really does work, and it's vaping lovely. Furthermore, this is not an RDA. This 14mm ATI on top, in all manner of speaking, it is an RDA, but it's actually called an ADA. And what you have on top is not a 510. It's a proprietary fitting. You have to use one of these on top. There's two available currently, a 0.3 and a 1 ohm.
Right.
Yeah, so you have to use this. They don't want you using other stuff.
That is a real shame.
I mean, if you need that kind of functionality, the Yeehee one, you can use whatever ATI you want on there. But this is the reason this works so well is the system knows the coil exactly, so the TC on it is perfect. and it knows the pumping mechanism it's all perfect. So they don't want other Atties on this. I think that might have been a condition of IPV getting this so early. I think he wanted to have the first full-on all singing, all dancing Squonker with this tech. So, but and yeah, I was worried when I saw that you could only use these Atties on top, but it was vaping very well, and it's really surprisingly
So is it
chilled
rebuildable,
out.
or is
That
it
it just
is
so
it
you've got-
rebuildable or disposable? Or
no, there's not a rebuildable head yet,
right.
but it would be so easy for them to do that.
So is the coil replaceable, or is it? Did you bin the whole thing off?
When this starts to taste funny in any way, you throw it all in the bin.
The whole thing.
That
Okay.
whole thing, that whole bit. You've got your thing down here, so you can constantly see your juice level, which is nice as well. That's another. It's because a lot of Squonkers, a massive part of a Squonker, in it, the whole window or the whole bottle always in your face. It's nice that it's just down there. Just have a little glance. Yeah, it's. I'm really pleasantly pleased with the way it's going. And it's innovation, isn't it? You have done a really good job.
Yeah. I know. I can see chat not very happy with it, but I think it's funky. And how much? Have they got a price point? It's got to be cheap.
It's not expensive. I haven't seen it in a UK shop yet. I think it's about 45, 50 quid, 60 quid.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it up here. We've got $44.99 with free delivery on just the first one on Google.
I really disagree with the point that it's really wasteful. There's not any more waste than a sub-tank coil head.
There's a lot more plastic involved.
No, there's not really. A sub-tank coil head comes like
They're
this.
fucking massive.
A sub-tank coil head's like this.
Brad, you're well out of touch.
This 14mm ADA is smaller than a Crown V4.
Yeah,
coil
I was
head.
going to say, if you look at the Crown coil, it's good. There's more metal in that than there is in James's fucking any of his RDA.
Yeah,
I honestly
but it's exactly
honestly
metal.
don't understand that.
Recyclable.
I don't understand that argument that it's wasteful at all.
How's the battery, Rich? I know it's only a 1400 milliamps. How's the?
Yeah, not brilliant, the battery life. Simply, in my opinion, because it's a low wattage device. It's a 14mm eye, but simply because it's pumping and vaping, I think that affects the battery life. But it's not bad. The battery life's not. It's not in any way bad, and it seems to charge very quickly at 1 amp. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. I would have no qualms taking this to the pub.
It's really cool having the SX board in there. I really love the fact that other companies and because like you said at the offset when the IPV range first started, they were using their own boards and blah blah blah, and SX it's got the same provenance as an Evolve board in my opinion. So I think that's really cool. Really, really cool.
Yours, I like it. Bob.
Yes, darling. Well, that actually, your comment about not being wasteful.
I just remember what your thing was.
Slides so nicely into mine. I'm coming out as a newfound hippie, and to do my bit for the environment. I found an article on vape litter is becoming an environmental disaster. Which this article was published. Yeah, was published in November 2019, but by Gizmodo. But they've been incredibly lazy, and all they've done is copy and paste an article that was actually published in early 2018. They interviewed a charity called Surf Rider, who basically walk around beaches picking up rubbish, and their vice chair talks about how the increase in vape paraphernalia, as he worded it, they're used to picking up thousands and thousands and thousands of cigarette butts, and they still do, but he says that they're just finding more and more and more vape paraphernalia. But this is
second biggest pollutant in the world is cigarette butts, is it?
Yeah.
That they
behind what?
Talking 2000
fishing gear and shit.
Trawler fishing nets.
Stuff like that.
I think are the largest. Well, I think the largest is probably us, Then
It's probably by weight. It's fishing gear. Number 2 is fag butts.
yeah.
I think that's I think it's a bit bollocks though. What are they saying? It's the new littering epidemic.
Yeah, so this is
people are just
back in
chucking coil heads
2017. They're
on the
talking about coil heads, plastic packaging, and pods. So refillable jewel pods is specifically who they're targeting in this article. And I went ahead and did a bit of digging afterwards, but I'll just read the one section here.
Yeah, go for it, Brad. It's fine. It's fine.
Jewel, which cigarette kingpin Altria bought, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's all boring shit we've heard before. Sold 16.2 million devices in 2017, which made up for, fuck them and their market share percentage. I don't give a shit about that. And a total of 700 million pods in 2017. I then went and did some digging because I don't want to bring you outdated information. I found the stats for 2018 and the stats for 2019, although 19 is not finished yet, so the number will grow. 2018, they sold 71 million devices and 2.8 billion pods. 2019, they sold 110 million devices and 4.7 billion pods.
I'm just going to be just playing. I'm not saying.
We love your devil's advocate.
I'm literally going to play that only because people never do the why when it comes to these statistics, right? And I totally agree that plastics in the ocean are terrible.
What's the difference between the jewel pods and the cigarette butts? Because the cigarette butts would still end up in the ocean.
No, but they've got something very in common. They've got the same thing in common as straws. But when people try to work out how they get in waterways, that's where the confusion it sets in. People think when they put things in the bin, I've had discussions with people who are really sensible, and they say, well, you put it in the bin and then it ends up in the sea. No, it doesn't. That's not how it got in the sea. It gets in the sea. If it goes in the road, then goes into the drain system, and then it's pushed out into the waterway. That's how it gets into the sea. And if you look at what the plastics are that appear in these things, they're like plastics. Straws easily float down those. Pods have got air in, so they float down those. Cigarette butts have got exactly the same problem. That's exactly why they travel that way. And that's how they end up back on the beaches. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but if you responsibly throw away your plastics, if that's what it is, then you've changed the thing. The other thing is straws are not, by their nature, they're very, very difficult to recycle because of what they are, because of the plastics used. Pods aren't. They're not at all. They're effectively made of PET, and they can be. You could just put them in your blue bin in the garden. Again, we could argue don't make them at all, but then you could say don't make pens. You know,
the argument
said 10
isn't
ml
that...
bottles. There's this argument that comes up over and over again. It was just in 10 ml bottles. 10 ml bottles is a problem if you throw them in the street. 10 ml bottles aren't a problem if you put them in your recycling bin. They can
put
be
them in the recycling. Agreed.
Yeah. I'm just literally just trying to make sense of the statistics and why.
It's a staggering amount of jewel pods.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable.
How many?
But they don't all end up in the sea.
No.
2018 was 2.8 billion.
2.8 billion jewel pods purchased in 2018 is incredible. No wonder their market valuation was so high.
Yeah. You know, when 40% of the global population could have a jewel pod.
Take it as a cigarette. Now, if we were really being fair, and you said take each, because we're not talking about packs of cigarettes. Now let's talk about there being 20 cigarette butts and everybody throwing them on the floor. 3 billion is not even close. You're talking about hundreds of billions of cigarette butts thrown on the floor because everybody chucks them on the floor.
Yeah, because they're on fire.
I was so close to spitting beer on the thing.
No, what I mean is you can't put them in your pocket.
You put an ashtray. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, done with that.
I'm quickly trying to pull up a stat on the total number of cigarettes manufactured in 2018, but that's not an easily available figure.
Thousands. There was thousands, Brad.
It was plenty. It's about at least 2 dozen.
I wasn't trying to argue with the stats, Brad. I just people don't.
Brad, he was.
They never go with a Y.
It was Brad.
Plastics,
Yeah.
why certain
Was.
plastics end up in the sea? I mean, don't scrub your face with microbeads. It's the stupidest
Do
thing
you
in the
buy
world.
it? Do you buy it? Do you buy that it's a big problem?
Yes.
It's
not a problem that they're manufacturing
Do
it.
you
It's
buy
a
that
problem
there's
that
literally...
when people use it, they're not disposing of it properly.
Yeah, the
agree
problem
with
is
you 100%
people.
on that.
People are the problem.
I agree. People are the fucking problem.
Yeah, let's get rid of people.
100%. I'm down for that. Let's start a cult.
Let's get American vape shops. Stop and duel, and then
6.5 trillion.
kill the people.
What was the number there, Rich?
6.5 trillion in 2018.
It's a lot of lots.
How many?
Yeah.
What was it making up now? People numbers.
6.5 trillion cigarettes sold in 2018.
Oh, was it really?
That's 65000000000. I think it's that many zeros.
A lot more of them ended up on the floor and down the drain.
Yeah.
I just think it's bollocks. I think it's bollocks in terms of it's this worldwide epidemic of fish eating jewel pods.
They're not eating jewel pods. They're eating microplastics.
The vape, the jewel pods. You don't eat the jewel pods.
Not unless people are floating their atomizers down the
Tide pods. The fish are eating all the Tide pods.
They are doing that. They love it anyway. I've heard that.
I believe them when they say those tiny little balls in shampoo.
Yeah.
I believe that.
That is one of the dumbest things in the world.
Yeah,
we
it
didn't
is.
know it was plastic.
Daft.
Demented.
But
Right.
I just don't see that. Your 3 billion jewel pods going down the
They're
sink
not, are they?
versus
No.
6.5 trillion fag butts going down.
I'm going to go 1%. Less than 1%.
For me personally, and obviously I don't use a jewel, and I know they're preloaded with juice, but for me, it's a whole big ceremony changing coil head. Like I wait until I'm at a place where I can sit down.
Yeah.
I get it all ready. I've got a cloth, so I can prime the next coil, and it's a whole big thing. So there's no way I'm then running outside and throwing it in the road.
In the sea.
What's 1% of 4.7 billion?
Have a little guess.
4 million?
1.7 million.
Yeah, 4 million. 4 million times 14 grams. That's 560 million grams of plastic added to the ocean every year. And that's
Divided by
if only
1,000. You'll have it in kilos. What is it?
Thank you. 56,000 tons.
Kilos.
We've gone off track.
Tons. 56,000 tons of plastic added to the ocean. And that's if only 1%.
I already said it would
goes
be
in.
significantly less than 1%. That's
Don't forget
anyway,
they
we've
flow.
gone way off the thing. You're
Don't
right.
forget
We've
they
gone
flow.
way off.
They flow
We've
anyway.
gone down statistics, which is
James
new
has
for
been-
the show.
James has been kissed by a black rose on a hill. That's what he says in his diary. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. That really did happen. What was his name? What was that chap's
Seal.
name? Seal. Seal. Oh, that we could have had a more seamless link from things in motion to Seal.
Oh yeah, good point. Actually, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We've got video for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that going to work? Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
So you want to tell us what actually we're about to see?
Yeah, this is the new. It's been a little while, I think, since I've had anything new. This is the future from Black Rose. It's a new 18650. It's being penned as. Let's just get me notes up. The world's smallest central position 510 regulated 18650 device. That's what it is. And it's from Black Rose. From
Very
them.
nice. Okay, let's roll VT.
Yeah, go. It has got some music. I can mute that music. I don't know whether that's YouTube friendly.
Oh right, okay, yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, good, jolly good. So I've got no photos. I've got this lovely bit of videotape. This is the world's smallest central position 510 regulated 18650 device with a DNS60 chipset in there. It is a single piece 510 diamond shaped fire button, uppy downy buttons. I've got loads of notes on this. I should have really edited these down. It's a single body device. It's called a unibody device. There's no faceplate and stuff in there. First dual bottom plate that comes with inlayers. Machined in such a way that it resembles a crown with 4 stands at every corner. It's a bonny looking thing. It is a bonny looking thing. I'll give you the actual sizes here because, like I say, it is being penned as the smallest. I don't know if you add central position 510 in there, then
I don't think it's the. Do you think it's the smallest?
Central position 510.
DNA 60, is it?
It's a DNA 60. I'll give you the size. It's 80. It's not tiny. It's 82 millimeters tall. Well, that's 8.2. That is quite. I need to. How big is 186? I don't need to ask how big an 18650 battery. An 18650 battery is 65 millimeters. It's a little bit bigger than that. It is 82 millimeters tall. It is 36 millimeters wide with a diameter of 30 millimeters. It is quite small. It is quite small.
I kind of think it does sound like milk bottle on the head, kind of like record, doesn't it? Kind of what they've done is they've put it in the centre and they've gone, it's the smallest one with it in the centre.
Yes,
I think a normal fucking Atty.
He's the fastest runner over 100 metres with a milk bottle on his head.
Ooh, absolutely. Let us tell you about the one that's in the video. It's a yellow amber Raffia buttons, orange shredded cotton fibre 510 inlay, Doom orange shredded cotton. It's the new mod from
they're coming out of Malaysia, isn't it? Is it Malaysia?
Yes.
Because we've met them, haven't we? Where they came down to Vape Fest, 2000 and whatever it was, 14, the 15, one where Joshy Boy came down to Vape Fest.
For me, I wasn't there.
Oh, James, it was the year before your first year, so whatever that was.
4 years ago then.
Yeah, then they were there. Oh, I remember them all smoking cigarettes.
I'd like to see a normal Atty on top.
I don't think it's as good looking as the original. I think the Black Rose was uniquely pretty. I think our friend Craig still got one.
I think they've gone for a certain aesthetic, and you could say they've pulled that off.
It is very, very good looking.
The OG Black Rose was
the OG still stands a little bit higher for me.
I like that. They've done something different. Again, can't knock them for doing something different.
I think you've got to consider the fact that 1, it's stab wood. 2, it's got a DNA 60 in there, and 3, I haven't got a 3. But 1 and 2, I think they are perfectly valid. Yeah, and it'll sell, and I know it will sell. Will undoubtedly sell on the group, but will definitely sell on the group. People love them.
They do.
Do we have a price for that one?
No.
Won't be cheap.
No.
That's the thing on that particular group. You don't often get prices. I don't know whether prices go up and down depending on, because there is lots of variables.
Are we guessing? Are we going to guess? I'm going to say €500.
It's probably going to be around about the 450-ish. Yeah. It might be a little bit. I mean, the DNA 60. Yeah, probably. It's going to be.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
It's going to make all in your pocket. Say that for now.
A small square hole, about 38 mils wide, and
85
82 millimeters wide. Yeah, it's going to include the atomizer, obviously.
Yeah. I think, but it's good to. I don't. But the other thing is, it's quite good to see. It's good to see. We've got 2 companies who were going a while ago, still bringing out new products. Melody, them, they're both bringing out.
Yeah, Low Cloud and Black Rose. Yeah, it is good that there's still wanting people, because the high end scene is struggling a little.
We got a new one from another high end scene. I haven't got a price for this. Have you got the pictures? I haven't really got much to say. I've got a bit.
Yep. So what is it a picture you're about to see of?
This picture is of the Minion, the new Minion. Minium, not that one. Minion, from Text Division, which is a side by side, which they've that they used the Minion kind of created the side by side with a step, but now it's got a kind of cage around it. What are they saying? This is the picture was out this week, so there's no pricing yet. it's called the Minion Shred. Sorry, 18500. Whoa. DNA 40. They've gone with
25.
What?
20. It's a DNA 25.
A DNA 20. Why have I got in brackets 19 mil DNA 40?
I have no idea.
No, me either. James.
I've got two pictures up, John.
Mm-hmm.
They're of two different things.
I think they are. I think there's a Minion Shred 18500 with the DNA.
There is. You've got two.
And there's a Minion V3D, which is
clutch.
the 18.
There's a shred in the clutch. There's a shred in the clutch. That's the two different mods. You've got the shred and the clutch.
Right. Shred is 19 millimeters. DNA 40.
25.
And the DNA and the Minion V3D / clutch 18650 24 millimeter top DNA 60 full. It was P12 printed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Those are the two new things. That was completely shit. I do.
Yeah.
Not as easy as it looks, is it, John?
John,
I offered it to James because I don't know.
It's all right. It's all right. I can pick this up. Right. So what we've got here, the first one is the Minion Shred from Tech Division. It is a DNA. It's a DNA 25 capable of taking up to 19 millimeter atomizers. It is PLA printed, I think. It is 18500 with onboard fast charging. Let's have a little look. It's available in DNA 25 or DNA 30 without temperature control. It is 68.6 millimeters high, 44 millimeters wide, so 44 millimeters long. The fat bit, because it's a side by side jobby, and 23.2 millimeters high. It's 66 grams, and that is the shred. The second one is the clutch, the V3D clutch. It's a 18650, which DNA 60, P12 printed, take up with 24 millimeter.
James is lovely. He actually put the information underneath, and I didn't see it.
I did.
You're a really good dude. So I thought that was something else you were doing. Sorry.
No, that's why it's not got anything there. That one's 88 millimeters high, but which is a little bit bigger. That's a little bit bigger than the Black Rose.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not a Sentinel 510, but it's a little bit bigger than the Black Rose. That one is
with the Atty on there.
It's 88 by 48 by 24, 53 grams. 53 grams. Yeah, these 3D printed things are so light, aren't they?
Yeah. I think it's great to see Tech Division. The Minion still sells for a good price. The original Minion still I
yeah, it does.
Can't get one too.
And they seem to go on forever and ever. You see the original Minions still kicking about, and I think they can take a battering. And I think they seem to be quite a good company, Tech Division, to be honest with you.
They're not cheap again, but they are very well made, and they're still knocking around. And you can own one for 3 years and sell it for 10% less than you pay for it, which is pretty incredible.
As long as you keep care of it, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's amazing. Thank you, James.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You were very good.
It's pretty interesting. It'll be interesting to see if that appears in our circles. See some hand checks of that.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of those.
I like the one with the ziggy zag.
Yeah, the cage one's pretty tasty, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's got GS inside, hasn't it? The new GS.
Oh, I've not looked at the photos. I just got the info.
It's got the latest mini Typhon in, and looks the business with that.
Sweet. Rich.
Ooh, what?
Fincy Voopoo.
Oh, yeah. The Voopoo Finchy. So, this has been out a while. And it's had and does have traction. And quite a few people in my little vape group did say they'd like to see what I thought of this device because they were enjoying it so much. And there you go. And
nice.
So a lot of people were interested in this because I'm particularly harsh on these AIOs and pod style systems. So they were interested to see what I thought of the Voopoo Vinci.
I'm getting customers coming in with that. That is one of the things people keep coming in with.
Yeah, and I've got to say it's a surprisingly complete device. Screen, variable wattage, built-in battery, 5 mil capacity. It's got a lot going for it, and it's not pretending to be anything other than it is, which is just a pocket cloud machine. not trying to say, oh, get off the stinkies with this, or anything like that, or authentic mouth to lung, or anything like that. Just a little pocket cloudy thing. It's really cloudy, actually.
Yeah, it does packs a punch, doesn't it? For the size, it's ridiculous. Look at that.
It's crazy, really. That's at 35 watts, is it? And so I am going to make a little video on this, but in short, I am really impressed with this little thing. It's really tiny. It's the same size as all.
How long does the battery last?
Interestingly, it's pretty good, actually. It's surprisingly good. I think what they've done is they've made an incredibly efficient coil in terms of that much cloud for only 35 watts.
They've got a really funky little thing, haven't they? If you turn the pod round, if you turn the top bit round, it gets more restricted.
Yes, that's more wide open. It gets quite...
That's clever. I like that.
Yeah, that's good,
it is clever, but it kind of does remind you when you do it how nice it would be to have more adjustable airflow options.
Oh, okay.
Because you've only got those two, restricted or full open kind of thing. But it's an impressive little thing to pack this much in. Full color screen, variable wattage, tiny. It's tiny. I'll do the old next to an 18650 thing. It's really pocket friendly.
Yeah, good size. So when you're doing that flippy round jobby to reduce the airflow, would an alternative mouthpiece as a in the box secondary jobby to reduce the airflow down even more? Is that an option? Would that obviously it's not an option right now. Could they make one of them and that be a thing?
They could. What they have done is a very high ohm coil, which they've made ridiculously narrow.
Right.
To make it really restricted, irrespective of the mouthpiece, irrespective of the airflow control. They've made a really tight one like that, which is never a brilliant vape, but it's a pretty solid, low wattage type of air. I'm impressed with this. Before Vupu's troubles, they always made a very solid device. You still see people using the drag now from 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. But yeah, I am impressed, and the capacity is a big bonus as well. So many of these little devices have tiny capacity. To have a big glug of 5ml juice on top is nice. I know a lot of people are really impressed with the Nord coils from Smok. Smok have gained back some traction and some popularity with their Nord coils, but these coils perform just as well in my opinion. I like it. I'm enjoying it. I like it.
Good. Oh, that is. I think they're quite, for what it is, a pick up and go, bang, like big cloudy, and it's tiny.
You don't have to throw the tank away as well. You just pull the little coil out.
But you can if you want to. Throw it in a drain, and it will get into the sea.
Yeah, throw them all. I want to start just throwing all my shit away.
That's what I do, because the bins only go every once every 2 weeks. So I just hold the drain up, and then my wife just tips it in there, and then carry on.
I just think this scales of wastefulness, and if you've ever seen a McDonald's bin.
Yeah.
Versus a vapor's entire life.
I agree. It's relative what you do, but everything like that is though, isn't it?
Or
it's
even just the
it's
fucking
not just relative, it's
fruit
also
and veg aisle at a
cumulative.
supermarket. How many fucking apples wrapped in paper, wrapped in plastic, wrapped in cardboard?
I do
just for some fucking apples. It's mental.
I don't understand the whole. Why the fuck? There's weird things like tomatoes, 6 in a weird little plastic carton in a plastic bag. Yeah. Why? They're tomatoes.
Yeah.
Just buy fucking tomatoes.
Like, a tomato comes in its own fucking skin.
Yes.
Yeah, a banana has the best packaging.
Yeah.
If humans could create bananas.
Humans do create bananas, surely.
But I mean, if humans could repurpose banana skin as packaging, they would.
Yeah.
Because it's just a genius thing, isn't it?
Even better, repurpose it as a sleeping bag. And every morning you just be peeled.
Freddie, who's my 3-year-old son, he asks me to take the wrapper off when he hands me a banana.
Aww.
Just a sad indictment on what we usually feed him, but yeah, take the wrapper off, please. He thinks it's great.
That's
I like that. I like that. James.
Yes.
Raw by and
Okay, this is another throwback to a previous episode. We've already mentioned the Theatro I'm going to pronounce it like that. The Theatro.
Is he watching? He said sometimes he's watching.
Sasha, are you watching? He's not in chat if he is.
You know he writes some grief about me.
So it's been released. It's been released today, and we've got some proper pictures because I think before we had some sketchy pictures, but we've got some proper pictures now. We've got like a parts list of all of the bits and bobs that's in there, and
what is it?
Yeah, I think so.
What is it?
The Theatro.
Oh yeah, have we?
Yeah,
check this out on screen.
Yeah. Lovely job. So it's been released today, literally just a few hours ago. The list went up on Van and Del's Facebook site. There's a link on there to buy one of these. They're going out in the next few weeks, where you can stick your name down and pay your monies today, right now, if you'd like to do that. And I've got some pics of the actual thing. The one that we had before, because it has undergone quite a bit of a change from the original prototype, I believe. And this is the final production version that we're hopefully looking at, the parts list. And then there's also an additional thing where you can increase the tank size to 5 milli and to 5 mils, not milli. And this is I want to give you some information about it. I want to give you some information about it right now. This is the Theatro by Van and Del. It is a stainless steel 22mm, 35mm high RDE, is what we call it, an RDE. It's kind of
RTA, isn't it?
Is it an RT? I'm not sure. There is a little bit of a tank section in there, obviously, which is expandable. It's 2.5 mil. It's 2.5 millimeters as standard. The airflow is there's a couple of different airflow options. It's 1.65 millimeters times 4 millimeters in the slot relation in the slot configuration, or you can have a 3 by 1.2 millimeters single circular airflows, which works out around about 2.2 or something like that worth of airflow. The drip tip is an Ultim and stainless steel drip tip, apparently. Viton O-rings, which are nice. I mean, that's nice to see. That's like the kind of high-end O-rings, I think, in my opinion, long-lasting, heat-resistant. You go really down low and really up high, like 250 degrees that can take for the stretch and that sort of thing, or damage. I've got the specs for the O-rings on there. I've got loads of specs. That's all quite dull low, but it does come in a nice wooden box.
If you're high end, this is the tank. This is right now. This is the tank. If you can get it, and Sasha is one of those people who's on all the groups and he's always interacting with people. Like,
he is. He's
really. I mean, he's one of those people who sticks with it and watches what people. Grumpy, piss-taking fuckface, but he's in touch, knows exactly what people are doing and what people are vaping and whatever it was. The latest, this is it.
And I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah. I want to see somebody in hand, but I mean, I know Mr. Marks had a prototype as well, hasn't he?
Sure he has.
Toddlington.
Sorry, I missed that. So I will say this. I am going over old ground a little bit. Apparently, there was a lot of development in getting, because the way it works is a little bit different from other RDAs in the past. If it wasn't, if the machining and the science wasn't spot on, then this would be an absolute hot mess. It would just be a flooded tank or it would be a dry tank. And apparently, he's got them absolutely spot on. He's been in the game a long time. I said this before. He's been in the game a long time. He knows what he's doing. I think it's going to be a little cracker. I can tell you that, like I say, the list is open now, and the price for this is €145 if you want to get on that. Head over to the Van and Del Facebook page. The list is going to be open for about a week, 10 days or something like that, and they're going to ship in the next few weeks. If you're interested, 145.
Yeah, I was saying, I think Toddlington's had a prototype, hasn't he? Or has he got the real one now, probably? No, Mr. Toddlington.
Probably.
Let's say there's been a lot of changes from the proto to this production version. Like, not just aesthetic, but I think there's been a lot of internally jobbies. With regard, I mean, Andy's on the chat now saying any issues, Sasha will sort it out. Customer service is excellent. because he is active in the groups. You're not getting that sunbox situation ever with him. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've not seen a lot of complaints.
You don't want to have issues with a tank.
No, but what people do. That's the thing is, people do. There are. I mean, think of the Hurricane. Think of one of the most. Fuck me, I hate it. But what's Muddit's favourite tank of all time?
The Toot.
The Toot. There was loads of problems with that. The second run, fuck me, it was unending problems with that.
Yeah, it does happen. It does happen, and the way that people deal with them issues, because it does happen.
It'll make you or break you. Yeah, shit happens.
You've got to remember that every tank that is assembled is not tested, and if there's issues with machining, that can be dramatic. Not fatal, fatal to the tank's operation issues. Yeah. It's. I mean, you're not just throwing these in the sea for the dolphins to eat. You want your money sorted. You know what I mean? You want your product rectified, and there's a few high end manufacturers who are spot on with that, and one of them is Vanadel.
Yeah.
I feel as though I'm talking a lot. Somebody else. What we got next?
I think have I got bullshit?
Yeah, there's an upside.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's quite good. Upside to US arseholery. Oh, that's quite good. Yeah. Right, I'm going to shift over. I thought this was quite good. Just cheered me up, really. Because fuck them. This is coming in from cityam.com. But to be fair, it's a lot of the stockbroker websites are running this as a bit of a warning this week, which is quite good. Up in smoke, the headline says. Imperial Brands profits shrinks as regulators knock vaping. Imperial Brands blamed tough trading in its vaping division after full year profits slipped and shareholders saw earnings per share fall by a quarter. Operating profit fell 8.7% to only 2.2 billion in the 12 months to the end of September. This came despite a 5.1% rise in revenue. I think it's really interesting, actually, that anybody who's not dual is suffering at the moment. One of them being blue. Just want to give you that. Imperial Brands shareholders have put up with losses of around 35% this year following September's profit warning over US vaping fears. That prompted Chief Executive Alison Cooper to say she will step down after 20 years with the tobacco giant, 9 of those as boss. Today, Cooper called 2019 a challenging year and said tough trading in Imperial Brands vaping products was to blame for results falling below expectations. Instead, Imperial Brands will now look to reset its NGP strategy for 2020, targeting markets with the best chances of growth. And we would like to wish you a really big bankruptcy. Fuck you. I hope your business ends and you all get made redundant. Kiss my balls. That is the news in shareholding. Brad's mic's thing's laughing away, but his mic is muted.
I was having a very good giggle there at your outlook on shares. Is just
fuck them. I don't care.
Fuck them.
James, Mum's Vapes, you're back.
It's just a really quick one. Just a really, really quick one. I saw these. We like to try and cover all aspects of vaping. From your starter kits to your high end, and of course that incorporates Billabong people. You Billabong, John. That's you. Thank you. You Billabong people, yeah. So I noticed on Mum's Vape group. I don't know what it's called. Mum's Vape. Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. On Mum's Vape, they've released a Bonnie Burra, a really handsome-looking Burra tank. Now, I don't know how we feel about this. About a year ago or so, somebody was making snidey Burras, and we were like, "Oh, we're not happy about that."
Have they got permission?
We're not happy about that. Here's the thing.
Ship
Here's
sail.
the thing. We've relaxed our attitude towards many third-party accessories.
Most of them are accepted though, and
Oh,
they have been known to accept them as well. They are.
Are we now not accepting the Borough? Because I mean, he's an normie. He's a friend of the show. What we're thinking about this? Ryan Daw, another Ormy, another friend of the show, now making doors for the what's that little tank that we don't like? The that takes the boroughs, the SKX one.
Oh, he's making doors for that. Okay, but that's. Yeah, okay. That's not.
Yeah,
Borough is different. That's an integral part.
a
door.
A door's a door. What about
it's Ryan Daw? He has to make doors.
What about a barrow? But what about a barrow?
There's no difference.
It's just a tank section. It's just a plastic tank section. It's got to be a certain fit and style to fit in that little hole. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how we feel about it. Anyway, we have got some pictures of these bonny little barrows. If you can have a little, if you pop them up for us, please, Rich.
Yep.
And this is all I've got. Just a picture. I'll be honest with you.
I don't understand why you'd give a fuck because you can't see it anyway. There's a door on it.
I went on the site just before the show started, and these are pretty much all sold out anyway. So
here's how this would work, though. Yep, mine's purple. Can't see.
Yeah, but some people have clear doors.
Absolutely, there's a plethora of doors out there now. Not just doors, but also see-through doors and with window doors. I'm sure I've seen window doors.
I have. I've got some doors with clear bits.
Yeah.
It's
so
not the only accessory he makes for
makes drip tips as well.
He makes drip tips and he makes doors.
Russell does as well.
Why would anyone give a shit if someone makes an aftermarket thing?
He's got aftermarket doors for them as well.
Here's the thing, yeah, we're complaining about the Borough. However, loads of people make, and you got to remember that's a proprietary threading on the.
I think, to be fair, I've lost the argument. I'm not going to bother because there are many tanks that I would buy aftermarket because including Chris out of France, I've got one of his. So really, my argument is invalid. So I take it back.
Yeah, you sold those napkin rings as well.
Can't say anything. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, with express permission from the guy who designed it.
Yeah, but not the company that made it.
Yeah, whatever. I got the designer, mate. Not
So anyway, they were available this afternoon, but they're pretty much sold out. They will be coming back into stock. I think they look great. They're really nicely polished. And they were $65. Not cheap, probably more expensive than an actual Borough.
It is actually.
But that's high-end vaping for you, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Steer that.
Okay.
Steer that.
Is it
I think I'm gonna...
me? Sorry, before you.
That is venison.
In that image there, in the bottom of the Borough, has he not filled in the void below it?
No, there's no void. No, you need the void to get the air.
The bottom of the Borough is clear, I think.
Yeah, but he's filled in a portion of that. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Please.
No,
just
it is correct. Yeah, I did see it.
Combination of painkillers and alcohol and
yeah, knock yourself out.
It's fine.
I'm going to skip 2020. I think we're going to do that next week in the special show. Boom. We'll talk about 2020 next year. Next week. And I'm going to go on to the last thing. I'm just going to say a little teaser. Oh, two things. I'll give you two Jan things. One is a little teaser to say that at Expo, just had Nick signed a new supplier. I can't tell you who it is.
Oh, I know who it is.
I do as well.
Coming up. It's coming
he
up.
didn't tell me because he doesn't trust me with
He
that.
did tell you.
sensitive
This is a massive clue. They were at Expo.
They were. That is true. They were.
That's right.
Yeah. So
think about it was an Expo. Think.
I signed the new range while I was at Expo. Quite happy with that. So I signed the new thing. There's going to be Jan. I signed the new thing for Jan. That's going to come soon. And hopefully I'm going to launch it for Christmas. There's two launches. There's one new liquid and a launch of a whole new range before Christmas. It isn't blue, Dom. It isn't blue. And the other thing to say is because I'm really, really lazy, and I have said this before, 7 Sins is currently on offer on the Just Add Nick page in kits and concentrates that are made by DB Liquids. I keep forgetting to put them back up by 30%. So there's 30% off kits and concentrates on DB Liquid 7 Sins out of pure laziness. So I'm going to do it tomorrow morning. And that also includes strawberry fluff and peach fluff. Again, out of pure laziness, the concentrates and the kits are off, are both reduced by 30%. Bob Clark has asked if Rick is back for the 200 show. He might be, but you have to spell his name correctly. 2 thank yous. One of them is that, I don't know. Barry, the fantastic artist, and our friend of the show, decided to paint. He asked me if he could paint my dog. Not literally. He's an artist, so he painted the dog. And it's absolutely incredible.
Paint a picture of the dog.
He painted a picture of the dog in a duvet. So I'm not going to show it, but I am going to tell you that if you are on Instaspam, that you should go over and follow B2B artist, as in Bravo Tango Bravo artist, on Instagram. He's absolutely amazing. Oh, the last picture he did was a picture of my dog. That's our dog. Look at that. That's our Phoebe. Like that. It's pretty fantastic. He's that. He's a
Look at him pimping his stuff again. Look at you, John. You do it all.
Mine. It's not mine. It's Barry's. He should have to do it for an exhibition. It's not mine.
Yeah, I bet it winds up in your house at some point.
But it's still fantastic. And the second thing,
we love you, Barry. By the way,
it's absolutely brilliant. But I know he's watching the show, so I just want to give him a quick. So B2B artist on Instagram, go and follow him, and you can buy some of his stuff on his website as well. I'm pretty sure, and he's going to be doing that because he's brilliant. The second thing is, I'm not going to name them, but I got a PM from somebody who's in the group a little while ago in the Ideal Own Show on Facebook, on www.facebook.com, the blue one. Go on there, type in the Ideal Own Show. I've got a group on there. Somebody sent me a message about a week and a half ago, just thanking us for doing the show. They haven't been very well recently, and they've watched all the shows twice through, and they're on the 3rd run, which has got to be the most avid viewer ever. But it was actually just a really, really lovely PM to send, and he said that he never comments on the page and doesn't post things on the page, and we've always been really, really adamant about not doing this weird culling thing that people do, because there are lots of members who just like to read the page and don't really want to get involved in that way because maybe they're just a bit nervous or they don't want to.
Like me.
It was really, really fantastic, and I will say they've all seen the message. Thanks for sending it. If you're watching, and they've all seen the message and they've read it through, and it was really touching. And thanks.
Yeah, but you're mental. You're absolutely mental. Who watches this? Who even watches this show for one, and who watches this show twice, and then who watches this show for a 3rd time? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. There is
we will pay for your Netflix subscription so you can watch some real.
Seriously, watch Techmoan, watch 8-Bit Guy, BigClive.com. All brilliant. All much better than we are. Like considerably better. Much more interesting. Like
that is Man versus Food. That's quite good.
Anyway, I was really touched by it. I thought it was really, really fantastic. Thank you so much.
EastEnders.
I am a fan of Barry's artwork.
Richard, yeah, go further back than that.
That sounds about right.
You'll find the penis obsession a bit further back.
Oh, hello,
Richard.
Hello.
I think you're talking about something else. Oh, I put it there, didn't I? I'm just thinking you don't even know. I wrote show. Oh yeah, you don't. I wrote show 200 in your script.
Well, the less said, the better about that.
Okay, next week, show 200. It's
gonna
be amazing. Travataba.
Okay, I'll just say what I see, and we'll go from there.
Okay, cool.
Wine preservation device.
Okay, this is from Andrea Laban. I'm going to say his name is. This is a good one. I like this one. If you've got a bit of a drip tippy one, you've got a bit of an atomizery one. It's from Andrea Laban.
I'm trying to load.
Hang on, stop everything.
Whoa.
James, what is Travada?
Wow.
Thanks for asking, Rich. Travava, it's actually an acronym. It sounds like a weird word, but it's actually an acronym, and it stands for things that remind you of vaping, but that aren't really vaping at all.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And here's the first one. It's a wine preservation.
Yeah, this is from Andrea Labin.
I like it. I like this one. I thought it was good.
Yes, go on. Thank you. Next one.
Yep. Thanks
Not
for
close.
watching, Adrienne, by the way. And I remember it from UK Vapors Forum years ago. So thanks for watching. And we're now looking at lamp holder.
This is from Bob. Is this lots of lamp holders?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from
Loads.
Bob. This is from Bob. Bob, good job on this one, Bob.
Well done.
How many Trivatavas is in that picture? You don't need to count them. You don't need to actually physically count them. But it's a lot. That's a lot. If it doesn't look like an atomizer, then it looks like a drip tip. If it doesn't look like a drip tip, then it looks like a butt plug. But most of them are Trivatavas.
Yeah.
Probably. Bob Clark. Thanks very much, Bob. Legend.
Oh. Mum bullied for her large slap head.
Oh, this is from Chris.
No, we shouldn't have sneaked in. You're not.
I don't know how that. John, I don't know how that got there. I don't know how that. I think Chris might have infiltrated our Google Drive. I really don't know how that got there. Mum bullied for large slaphead for. He's even cut out the top of his own post there with there is hope yet for John Martin #TryForTarver. I don't know how that got there. I'm really sorry about that, John.
I don't know what people are talking about. It's very small, really.
John's head's pretty small. It's just the receding hair.
It's not. There's a picture of me on Facebook today at under 1, and I had the same hairline. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you had early male
I
pattern
know, but it's
baldness.
really fine.
Yes.
Really thin on top.
Shut up, Eddie Munster. What are you doing? Next one.
It's a hoodie with a.
Okay, this is from Colin Durant. Originally posted by Fizz. This is, I think this is one of his graffiti pals. Should I just say that and sound like I'm a 45-year-old man? I am a 45-year-old man. One of his graffiti pals has done a hoodie for the homeless and like a charity job.
I think Colin is generally his eyesight failing. I don't think it's any good.
But it's a bit of a double SS. I mean, SS
Still, SVA.
Yeah, still, yeah, and the Secret Service and SVA. I don't know what SVA is. I think SVA is just short.
Super
it's just,
vampire anus.
it's just short for Svapio, which is like vapor in Italian. Next one.
Ooh, it's armadillo.
Okay, yes, it's from Dave Cotton. Dave, hot the cotton tin roof. Oh, that didn't work. This is it's something. It's like it looks a bit like a freaky TARDIS. It says armadillo at the bottom. But,
What is it really? Don't do that. What is
I don't know. It's. I honestly don't know. It's something in. It's something in a super drug shop. So, what could it be? PID system. Somebody Google PID system. Somebody ring 0800 321 3476 and ask them what the blue TARDIS box thing is.
If
someone
doesn't tell us in chat what that is, I'll be fucking furious.
It's got. I don't know what it is. Next one.
What's Van Hire?
This is from David Brocklesby. He claimed this to be a triple. Oh, yeah, I see it. We've got Watts, which is Kevin Watts, member of the group, and Kevlar Travava. He's a highly respected in the Travava community. And then we've got EF, Airflow, UKS. Yeah, I think that's the three there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. It's an interesting company name because people ring up and they answer, "What's Van Hire?" The person.
That's where it's
what I was going to ask you.
I think it's when somebody pays money and then I get a van for a short amount of time. Is that right? You go, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Ants on a melon.
This is from Fizz. It looks a bit like a mod. Doesn't it? It looks a bit like a mod. Could it be a mod? Might be a mod.
Yeah, it looks like a mechie, doesn't it?
That was very mechy. Kickstarter mechy.
Yep. Nice. Next one.
Oh, wow.
This ham.
Ham, yeah.
This is from the hashtag Be Like John week. I've been posting sandwiches on the group all week, and I don't know whether he just happened to have J. James ham, and this is an old school Photoshop. He has physically wrote on his ham a few James. Nice, I liked it.
What would happen if you rang up that ham manufacturer and they answered the phone?
So what's ham?
A few James have gone. A few James. Oh well, sod you then. I was going to place a large order.
Yeah, I get me ham from Aldi. Yeah.
What's ham? Next one's from Wish. I wouldn't even know. Why don't they explain what there are on the Wish advert? Why would you buy it not knowing what it is?
It's because you got to do the click. You got to do the click, but then you do the click and it goes, "Oh, you must install the app." And you go, "Oh, and then you install the app, and then it takes you to the app, and then it's not there, and you go, "So
something for $16 on."
I didn't realise I was muted. By the way, I wasn't talking.
What is it, John? Do you know?
No, I've no idea. I thought it was shit. That was what I was saying.
No, that could be a vape accessory kit. Look, you've got a little.
Anything
little
could be. It could be a knitting needle. That don't count.
Yeah.
Coil and rod, and
No.
little brushes for brushing your coils down.
A couple of goon tips.
Yeah.
Bad. I'd say
It's not a great one. Who sent that?
That was James Hall.
Actually, because I think he's going to be making a regulated steampunk pipe soon. So that is brilliant. That is one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Oh, John Martin, sponsored by James Hall. He's in chat. He's in chat now. What's he saying? He said, "F you, John Martin." That's what he's saying.
The next one's really funny. It's a bottle of wine that they've unfortunately called Four Skins.
Yeah, this is from Johan K. Holmstrom.
Do you know what? I think I've had funnier moments of diarrhea than Johan.
Oh, that's really funny.
Permanently. What? It's just like every time it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's like having a 12-year-old with you. Go, oh, no, it's his foreskin. Yeah, no, I know. Just, it's a basket. I know.
I think it's really funny.
I really kidding.
I really like that it's made it to market with that name.
Yeah. What was the actual thing that's got anything to do with vaping?
You know how it can be quite abstract, Johan. It can be quite. I don't know whether it's forehead, foreskins. I don't know whether them.
I think God kicked his wheel. That's what I think happened to his fucking car. I think God kicked his wheel for being an unfunny fuck. It just went, no, Johan, boom, fuck off. And that was it. That's what I think of.
Oh, Johan, lost a subscriber there. Never mind. Next one.
I love him really.
Cisco.
Oh, yeah, we're moving into the John Martin section.
Oh, come on. Cisco's good. The rest is shite. That's good.
Cisco, the well-known telephone company.
Yeah, but also Cisco, half of the designer of the.
That's shocking, John.
No, it's not. You used to be able to get Cisco 510s. You used to be able to get Cisco bridgeless atomizers. That was the thing. Cisco. God, it's good. That's my favourite one.
Look at the eyebrow, John. Look at the eyebrow.
What? That is shite.
This one's a lot better, John. It's a lorry that says KFL on it.
Yeah, KFL light, but it's been done a million times. I did.
Yeah, that one's really good, John.
Fuck you.
It is your best work, though, John.
A jar mug.
The next one is a picture of a pub.
Is that what it is? Is that jar? Is that the?
That's the things that remind you of vaping. It was jar mugs.
Oh, right.
From what's her name?
Ruby
from Ruby. Is it a Ruby? Is that what it is? Good grief.
That's a reach, my friend.
Yeah, and I don't know how you dare. This is the thing. I don't know you've got the audacity to criticise anybody else's triumph for Tom.
Cisco was good. Look, Cisco 306. Dibley's on it. He's playing it. He knows.
He had to Google it.
We're looking at a soft play. It's a scene from a soft play.
Oh,
venue.
this is from Jill Smith. I love this one. I love this
LG
one.
Browns. I was totally with it. As soon as I
Yeah.
saw it, I was like, he's got that.
Totally good. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I thought, is it the best this week? I'm not sure, but I really enjoyed that one. Jules, thank you very much. Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Next one.
Amazon Home.
Oh, Len Burgess. Okay, we've got a couple from him. Is this the drip tips in the little?
Yes.
It's nice. Strip tips in a little case.
Strip tips in the case. Well done.
Not really.
No More Beige Food. Graphic novel.
I didn't even understand the thing. Did he write that?
No, I think it's a real book.
That's a real book.
How is it a Travava?
Because it's things that remind you of
Because
John.
of the beige
See, they're only
food on
allowed
Facebook
it
group.
if they're like me having a slaphead or eating beige food. I'm on to you, Blythe.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's
Is it because of your beige gravy?
Beige
Yeah.
food. Everything I
Hashtag
eat is
bad gravy.
beige. Everything I eat is beige.
It is though, but but you try your best, don't you?
I do my best, man. What am I supposed to do?
That's what counts. That's what counts, isn't it?
You can't cook.
Len.
It slips like a torch.
Sorry, I saw the hashtag there. Yeah, this is another one from Len. This is the moddy one with the battery in. Is that what-
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Just another go on. Thanks, Len. Very good. Thank you.
It's beige. I don't care.
Solar Energy Trust.
Oh, this is from Selby. This is from Mark Selby. This reminded him of that. I don't know what it's called. Do you know the curvy, the big
Mesh.
curl of mesh? Yeah, it reminded him of that. He thought it was that, and it reminded him of it, and he'd send it and put it on.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at
A
all.
lot better than the pub.
Sorry, Gary Dibley has put in chat. Me and Cisco go way back. Cisco's been on the fucking show as well. The other thing I will say, he's been a guest on this show.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was that far a reach.
I think
pretty good, that one. Pretty good.
just the amount that you're protesting. If I'm
It's
honest.
theatre, darling. That's what we do. It makes it interesting.
We're looking at some big wooden things.
They do look
This is Mick Blizzard. They look like dibblies. They look like dibbly tips. I think they look like dibbly.
They're not as big as Dibley's.
No, I mean, didn't know.
Who's watching?
Who's on?
Dibley might be popping in tomorrow. They're duck calls, aren't they?
Yes, they are, John.
Very nice. Who sent that?
Mick Blizzard.
Oh, the Blizz. Oh, we're now looking at a stabilised guitar stencil.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful guitar. That it's a book match.
Don't you think it's a bit
Bit much.
busy?
No, Mick's watching. I like it. Do it, Mick. It's brilliant.
It's going to be great, mate. I love it. But I didn't know if any of you guys thought it looked
I love
to
it.
learn how
I
to
do
play
like it.
guitar.
You know. I think
difficult.
it is going
With
to.
both hands.
You've got to remember, you're going to have the neck in there, you're going to have pickups in there, some knobs in there.
Can you play guitar, Brad?
No.
Oh, right. I was just checking. I can't play guitar. I don't play with myself. Basically.
We're now looking at.
Butt plugs.
Yeah.
No, they're just butt plugs. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Fair price.
But the thing is, it's from Mike Davies, and the thing is, there's a link because Mike likes a butt plug in when he's vaping, and that's why it reminds him of vaping. And that's the story behind that.
Perfectly logical.
We don't discriminate against that kind of thing here on the Ideal Home Show. So,
Yeah.
That was so well played that
Sure.
I have to agree. That's brilliant, Adam.
We're looking at something. It literally just says save a custom mod.
no, this is from Nick Oakley. This is from Modern Warfare, from the new Modern Warfare. So I like Nick. I like Modern Warfare, and save a custom mod. Custom mod, yeah. Everybody likes to order a custom mod.
Yep.
No, it's rubbish.
You can't say anything, John, Cisco.
That's
are we?
worse. That's that's worse. That's way worse. That's shit.
It says custom. It literally says custom
That's
mod.
worse than a fucking. That's worse than a jar mug. That's
But it's not
really bad.
vaping. It's not vaping, but it says custom mod on it. So he saw that. He was like, custom mod. I ordered a custom mod. He ordered one from Nicky, didn't he? that reminded him exactly of vaping.
I'm on the next one now.
Fuck
It's
off.
a big billboard that says 510.
I like that.
Yeah, from Paul. Let's go on. 510. Nice.
Neat.
Is that a real in the wild Travava as well?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
New York, I think.
Bonus
wasn't it?
points.
Yeah, somewhere in America.
Capella.
Man.
Yeah, from Peter
500
M.
milli.
Salvo.
It's good. I like Capella. That's
Great name. Yeah, it's you told us what it was. It's like is it varnish or something like that? I was
could be.
You'd
Well, I was going to say
probably,
paint.
yeah,
That's not good.
probably.
Engine paint.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Definitely. Looks old as balls though. We're looking at a really tall building.
We've had this. I'm sure we've had this, but
it's
in the wild, so it counts. It's
absolutely,
good.
we might have had this, but Richard Jack's been to Stockholm. Has he been to Stockholm? Is that where this is?
Yeah. I think so.
And he's took the photo, and it looks like a mod with an atty on the top, kind of. If you like squint a little bit and close your eye.
This is particularly for just for Richard. Yeah, boy. You'll understand that.
Me. Oh, for him.
Not you. No, Richard Jack, who sent us the picture, you bell end.
Yep. We're now looking at a billet box.
Oh yeah, so this is from Ross Patterson. I think this one's harsh. If I'm honest with you. I think this is El Camino. I think the on the telly, and he thought that looked a lot like Nigel Moxon.
It doesn't. It's Craig Nichols. Definitely Craig. As soon as I
Doesn't
saw
look
it,
like anyone I know.
Craig Nichols. That's what I reckon.
That's from Ross Patterson. Ross Patterson.
Oh, it was Frankfurt, by the way. Richard Jack just said.
It was in Frankfurt. Sorry. Next one, Ross Patterson again. Oh, this is not a bad one. No, this one's kind of
wow stick.
Yeah, it doesn't want a wow stick. I don't know what it is, but I like the look of it.
Is it a butt plug thing again? Pop up your bum.
And then you go, wow.
Oh, anything will be public. Really.
Wow.
Yeah, wow stick. Nice. That's from. I say that's from.
It's on a charging base as well. When I was looking at a lady from the past vaping in a car.
That was good.
Yeah, but she's not vaping. She's not vaping. She's just looking like she's vaping. She's not actually vaping. But Scotty Bogfoot. So I mean,
I like the fact that Scotty checked to make sure that would count, mate. I mean, look back at this. I put a picture of a jar. My God, knock yourself out, mate. She looks like she's vaping.
We're now looking at a little donkey.
Donkey. Oh, this is from Selby again. From Mock Selby.
It's like one of your photo bombs.
Yeah, it reminded of John. I think for some reason
That doesn't count.
John loves Ollie. I don't know what's happened with this week's try, but they've all been infiltrated by John.
That poor donkey has been laden down with garbage food and probably smells of BO from being in Lidl. I mean, I just feel bad for it.
There are some
beige donkey.
Yes, yeah. Like the song, Little Pig.
I bet the food inside's colourful though.
Yeah, but it's a shame to chuck it in the bin, Richard. But you have to because it's shit.
That particular branch of Lidl is very close to my house.
Is there a donkey outside?
Top fact.
How you know?
The donkey's photoshopped. The actual supermarket is real. I'd say it's a beautiful shop.
Go, Tom Beattie. What's that?
1x1 shuffle play.
Yeah, it's times one. The old times one. Times one still reminds me. I know I'd never experienced times one before I came to vaping, and it's legitimate. I think it's legitimate from Tom Beattie, who I adore. Next one. There is no next one.
That's your lot.
That was the last one. Thank you very much. That was.
Oh, there is. You've got yours at the start again. No, we're not. You got to go back.
What?
Your first, your two. You didn't do that.
Oh yeah, is my two on there? Are they, Rich?
They're right at the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
There must have been 8 entries.
Yeah.
He fucking told you. Yes.
What do you want me to do?
Don't matter if they're not there. Don't matter. They're on the group. Yeah, there's John. Got them. Look, there's the 8-bit guy. Somebody's.
Is John showing them now? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
8-bit
guy 510. Next one, John.
Okay, mate. Okay, it's all right. I'm getting there.
And this one. I mean, on my screen, that looks just like a mod.
It does. Okay.
On the screen, it looks like there's a pair of testicles involved.
To the left of that, yeah, and see that. Look, that's very suspect, isn't it? That is from. I put the question in the group if anyone can guess what the show is from. The first one is from 8-Bit Guy, which I was watching on YouTube. The second one is from nobody got it, and I'm not surprised. From Funhouse. That's actually a solar stream. It was one of the prizes.
Ah, that's clever.
I was watching an old fun episode of Funhouse with a little fella, and that popped around. I was like, "Oh, try for top off, rewind it," and then
try for top off for Funhouse.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Which
I was always on the side.
Is,
I was always in the side of the Rellos.
I am really surprised that Pat Sharp has not been brought up on charges. I swear, honestly, he's got U-Tree written all over him. Can I say that? Watch if you try Batava. Honestly, he's down. There's balloons down the top, and
okay, you can say that. That's fine.
I was like, that is frankly
public record, mate.
Yeah,
he's a lovely man.
I'm sure he is.
So was Ralph Harris.
That's what they said. That was the try of Batava for this week. That reminds you of vaping that aren't really vaping at all. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
This has been the Penultimate Show. Go on www.justsadnick.co.uk. Place an order.
What?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. That was funny.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And
press like and
see you
say hello.
Probably next week for number 200.